I think it's quite an easy answer. We're okay this time round, aren't we?
Certainly, Nick. I've got to say, these are the best conditions we've had so far all weekend, because it's not too hot, it's not humid. There's a little bit of a breeze. Great bit of sunshine out here. The track conditions just around, I think, 30 to a mid-30s. Michelin don't feel the heat should affect the tyres in any major way. It's more to do with what the riders decide to do with their right hand. But it's going to be interesting, what the strategy will be. Michelin have said that medium rear tyre or the soft have better warm-up performance in the first 3 or 4. So basically what they're saying is if you've got Marquez ahead after 3 and 4 with that harder option rear tyre, then I think the other guys might be in trouble.
Good night. Yeah, I mean, as we saw in Argentina, once he gets to the front, although it ended in disaster for him, he was very capable of getting away at the front, wasn't he? But the first few laps will be a little bit tough for him. They have got to make a good start, and they've got to drop him back a bit.
Well, there can't be too many laps around this circuit, the Americas, that Marc Marquez has been heading in a race, so he might be in new territory pretty soon. Yamaha will certainly hope so.
So here we go. The Lone Star State in the sunshine. Round 3 of the MotoGP World Championship 2017. The dream front row. Rossi, Vinales and the world champion Marc Marquez. What about anybody from that second row of the grid? Pedrosa, Zarco and Lorenzo. Green flag is shown. We are about to start here in Texas. Round 3 of the MotoGP World Championship. Looks like a great start by Marquez on the outside.
Yeah, Marquez did get away really, really well. So did Rossi. Dani Pedrosa's coming around the outside. Is that Pedrosa to lead the Grand Prix? Rossi on the inside. Maverick Vinales has been swamped. He's back in 5th place, but it's Pedrosa down the hill for the first time that leads. Rossi has a look up the inside of Marquez at turn 2. No way through. Lorenzo got a good start as well. He's up in a 4th.
Great start by Dani Pedrosa. So it's the 2 factory Hondas that lead the way. Valentino Rossi was desperate to get there, wasn't he? Tried all he knew. That's exactly where he does not want them to be with these tyre choices.
Vinales, so strong in the first sector, has already taken that 4th place back from Lorenzo. It's the 2 Repsol Honda men then that lead the way. Rossi in 3rd place from Vinales. Then it's Lorenzo. Cal Crutchlow's already picked up a few spots. Crutchlow's moved up from 9th to 6th.
They race down towards turn 11 for the first time. This heavy braking zone into the back straight. Here comes Vinales. So closes up on the Ducati. Crutchlow trying to ride round the outside of them. Zarco there as well. Fastest part of the circuit. Longest back straight in the Grand Prix schedule.
Yeah, the Ducati will have the top speed on the Yamaha, surely. Has Lorenzo got it on the brakes against Vinales into turn 12? You bet he has. Lorenzo using all the acceleration and grunt of the Ducati down that 1200 metre back straight to sweep back through on Vinales. Vinales, though, hits back at turn number 13. He's back up in a 4th place. Great dogfight between Vinales and Lorenzo early on.
Yeah. Vinales replacing Jorge Lorenzo at Yamaha.
Tell you what, Zarco was ruthless on Cal Crutchlow at turn number 11. He got up the inside of him on the brakes, ran Crutchlow out wide. That was a hard but aggressive and fair move by Zarco to take 6th place. He's latched now on the back of Lorenzo.
Yeah, he's trying to get up the inside of Jorge Lorenzo, but there's the 2 factory Hondas that lead the way. There is Zarco. He's got up the inside of Jorge Lorenzo. This Moto2 world champion is on the charge once again as they come into the final corner, turn 20 for the first time here in Texas.
How brave was that? Zarco the inside of Lorenzo at turn number 18. Pedrosa then leads the way from his teammate Marc Marquez. Then it's Rossi. Vinales, who's finally shaken off the attention of Lorenzo. Zarco on the charge from 7th to 5th. Then it's Lorenzo, Crutchlow, Dovizioso, Folger and Jack Miller, your top 10.
the race down.
Once
He
he
gets
gets to the
turn
front.
2. Plenty of fallers there yesterday in the cold conditions. But Danny Pedrosa, surprise leader, you'd probably say, from the second row
he
of
had
the
a
grid.
bit of a twitch there as he came through turn 5. Cal Crutchlow said yesterday that he feels that Pedrosa could well be a dark horse because we know that front tyre wear is critical around this circuit of the Americas. We've seen excessive tyre wear in all of the 4 years we've come here on the front end. Danny Pedrosa's weight and his smoother braking style compared to Rossi and Marquez means he won't, in theory, wear and degrade that front tyre quite as fast.
And there's Crutchlow closing up on Jorge Lorenzo. Thought about putting that LCR Honda up the inside of the 3 times MotoGP world champion. They're on the back straight. Crutchlow, Dovizioso just in behind Cal Crutchlow. Former teammates at Ducati as they come down towards turn 12 on the brakes.
Yeah, pretty much as you were for the last lap or so. All the early action was coming between Vinales and Lorenzo, and then Johan Zarco aggressive up the inside of Cal Crutchlow, and then a brilliant move on Lorenzo as well. So Zarco still holding that 5th place. All the Yamahas inside that top 5 on that medium front, medium rear.
Dylan, how long is it? Take that harder compound rear tyre to warm up. What do Michelin think? Because they're out there at the front.
Michelin said 3 to 4 laps, that's the advantage you should get with the medium. However, we do have to point out the harder the guys with the medium tyre, they could also be playing another kind of game.
Vinales has gone. Maverick Vinales has crashed on. I'm sure of it. Somebody has gone. As Maverick Vinales has gone. Maverick Vinales' perfect start to his Yamaha. Our career is over.
Oh, Vinales has crashed out. Turn 18. It's the left-hander. Vinales walks away. He is okay. But the first big disappointment of the season for the championship leader.
Well, he's human after all. He was out a little bit wide then. I'm not sure if he maybe just caught a bump that caught him out, but it's game over for Maverick Vinales. There will be no dream. 3rd successive Yamaha victory for Vinales. First mistake we've seen from him in a race situation in 2017.
No, they probably won't tell him this time. Well, they may do. They've got plenty of time to tell them. Will they tell the 2 Honda riders, Pedrosa and Marquez, that Vinales is out of the race? And ominously, Marc Marquez now has set the fastest lap of the race at 2:05.272. We ride with him. Pedrosa in front of him. Now it's Rossi flying the Yamaha flag, but he too is has in his sights, or Valentino Rossi is in the sights of Yamaha.